Cathie Wood did something recently that suggests that we're going to see a huge Dogecoin and Bitcoin spike pretty soon. Let's talk about it. Hello guys and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $100 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite cryptocurrency. Read our description for more info about it. Now let's get started with today's video. So, take a look at this. Cathie Wood has invested more than $1 billion in Coinbase. Now, before I tell you why this is really bullish for Dogecoin, let's talk a little more about it. So, this article goes on to say that, as of June 16, ARK's funds collectively owned 4.63 million shares of Coinbase, valued at approximately $1.04 billion. To put this in context, it amounts to roughly 2% of Coinbase's fully diluted capitalization of 261.3 million shares, which comprises ordinary stock, options, and restricted stock. ARK is now one of Coinbase's largest institutional investors. Now, this is why it's interesting. Take a look at this. Coinbase milestones have been reliable sell signals for Bitcoin and Dogecoin. It basically talks about how there's a high correlation between the price of the Coinbase stock and the price of Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and here's proof of that. Coinbase went public through a direct listing on April 14, first trading at $381 per share and then spiking to nearly $430 before retreating. On the same day, Bitcoin got to $64,000 and hit a new all-time high. And right now, Coinbase is trading at about $219 per share and is down more than 40% from the price of its first trade in April. And we all know where Bitcoin is right now. So, as you can see, when Bitcoin goes up, Coinbase is pretty much up there with it too. And when Coinbase is down, Bitcoin is down as well. And so is Dogecoin. Now, the point is that Cathie Wood is really bullish on Coinbase and her investments are incredibly reliable. Let's take a look at this. If you'd invested $10,000 in Cathie Wood's ARK Invest ETF a year ago, you'd be standing with $23,000 right now. So basically, she's one of the smartest investors out there. And if we look at this, she recently purchased an additional 1 million shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust 2, which comes down to $29.3 million. So not only is she bullish on Coinbase, she's also bullish on Bitcoin. The point is that someone as smart as her knows where the market is going right now, and this is why she's busy accumulating. On top of that, Dogecoin's price is directly affected by Bitcoin's, as we've seen before. So I think this is really bullish news from Cathie Wood and ARK Invest. Now, if we look at Dogecoin's price, it is up by around 20% and currently stands at 23 cents. This is really interesting because Ethereum and Bitcoin didn't see a surge this big in the last 24 hours. And this is why I'm really optimistic about where it's headed. Now, let's talk about some really interesting Dogecoin and crypto news that came out today. Take a look at this. In a first for Mideast, Bitcoin fund launches on Dubai Bourse. It says that Canada's largest digital asset investment fund manager today officially listed the Bitcoin fund on Nasdaq Dubai. Now, this is incredible because we hadn't heard anything crypto-related that's also bullish come out of the Middle East. Right now, less than 2% of the world's population invest in cryptocurrencies, and with news like this, I can see the number rise pretty soon. And now, let's move on to Kazakhstan. So the mining firm, BIT Mining, delivered its first batch of 320 machines to Kazakhstan after its operations in China were suspended. They expect to deliver another 2,600 machines before the start of July. It also says that along with Kazakhstan, BIT Mining has also invested $25 million in a new mining center in Texas. This obviously came after China's crackdown on Bitcoin mining, but what's really interesting is that it proves that there are backup options available for Bitcoin miners. A lot of countries are welcoming miners with open arms. So this is definitely not the end for Bitcoin and crypto mining. Now, let's talk about Nigeria. This one talks about how the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami is going to push the acceptance of crypto in Nigeria. He said that blockchain enables banks to perform faster and at a lower cost, including guaranteeing real-time transactions across borders while reducing risks existing from currency fluctuations. Blockchain is a promising and revolutionary technology because it helps reduce risk, stamps out fraud, and brings transparency in a scalable way for myriad uses. So I think with him saying so many great things about blockchain, we could see them accept cryptocurrencies as a legal tender sometime this year. But it isn't the only country. Take a look at this. Tunisian minister says he plans to decriminalize the buying of Bitcoin. So recently the Tanzanian president Samia Hassan had asked her finance chief to look into cryptocurrencies. And now they're thinking about making them legal again. This came after the arrest of a 17-year-old crypto user on the suspicion of money launderer. Now this is a bit harsh because they weren't even sure about it. A lot of people thought they're going too far with this, and they can't just put someone behind bars for trading cryptocurrencies. The Tunisian minister said that, "I will change the law. We cannot put a Tunisian young man in prison for buying Bitcoin. The point I'm trying to make is that we could see more and more countries accept Dogecoin and Bitcoin as legal tender as they start to decriminalize them. The massive wave that was started by El Salvador is really starting to take its effect." And now let's talk about India. This article talks about how India is thinking about a new crypto tax which could make trading on foreign exchanges more expensive. Now, this is interesting because after this, they won't really be thinking about banning crypto trading again. It's better to pay crypto taxes than having no option to trade at all. And it's a big deal because India has a population of over 1 billion people. So now that it's highly likely that crypto won't be banned in India again, I think cryptocurrencies are in a much safer space. And who knows, after this crypto tax, we could even see them accept Doge and Bitcoin as legal tender. Talking about adoption, let's take a look at this. CoinMarketCap is launching a rank of countries accepting crypto as legal tender. So this is incredible because we'll finally be able to have a track of all the countries now. And all the ministers of different countries will also be able to see the actions of other countries to make informed decisions. So I think this is a huge step forward. Now, let's talk about some incredible news for Dogecoin. So, Wealthsimple Digital Assets, which is Canada's only regulated crypto firm to date, is now allowed to go beyond dealing in Bitcoin and Ether and expand into other kinds of cryptocurrencies. And they will finally begin trading Doge too. So this is a big deal for all the Doge supporters in Canada. And another news that came out was that Energy Electronics has started to accept Bitcoin and Dogecoin. If you don't know, Energy Electronics is the leading distributor of business communications equipment in the United States. So, it's a pretty big deal because this will lead to even more funds coming into Dogecoin pretty soon. Now, another great news that came out for crypto was that the Federal Reserve is still in denial about the rising inflation rates. So basically, the chairman of the Federal Reserve said that they will wait for actual inflation before raising interest rates. If you don't know, earlier this week they said that they're going to increase inflation rates in 2023. And this increased the fear in the market because people thought that this will counteract the negative effects of inflation, and that Bitcoin won't be used as such a great hedge against inflation anymore. But now that he's a little bit in denial, they'll probably push the increase in interest rates to 2024. And we know that the inflation rates are already as high as 5%. So this statement by the chairman is pretty great news for Doge. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye, take care.